Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. We have got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get right to it. Starting off with the Mercedes-Benz brand. Remember when the CLS first came out, that super slippery coupe bodywork that was slipped over that sedan platform? That sold exceptionally well, but apparently even after the big refresh, this vehicle's sales have been dwindling more and more to the point where Mercedes-Benz is pulling the plug on this machine, but not going out with a last hurrah. That is the final edition of the CLS, and it comes in both the sedan and the shooting brake editions. Now, as far as the vehicle's concerned, it does come with a lot of final edition badging. There's also going to be the entire color palette for Mercedes-Benz will be available on these two machines, and 6 different trim levels depending on what exactly you want your final edition to actually be. No word on pricing or availability or what markets this vehicle is going to be available in, but when we hear those information, we will let you know. Next up on the list, Jeep is in the news because Fiat Chrysler Automobiles is investing heavily in the Jeep brand. Apparently, they can't build enough of these vehicles because, really, when the real deal goes down, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles has 2 big breadwinners. That is the Ram truck division and the Jeep brand itself. So it is investing over $1 billion in 2 different plants to actually ramp up the production of the Jeep brand to fill up all the demand. There's also a cool little special edition Jeep showing off for its 75th anniversary, and it's this vehicle, the brand new Jeep Willys MB concept. Now, this vehicle harkens back to the old days, the old Willys Jeep from back in the military days, including the cool fabric seats. There's no roll cage in the back of it, it's just straight big drop top. This beautiful olive drab paint, steel front and rear bumpers with toe loops, and the steel wheels with the vintage military style tires. No word on if Jeep is actually going to build these things to sell as of yet, but there's nothing to say that they may just kill off the wheels and tires, the steel bumpers, and you may get this beautiful olive drab paint scheme in a Willys Edition version, because there's already a Willys Edition Wrangler out there right now. So we'll keep you in tune if we hear any more about this machine and whether it does or will never exist. Next up on the list, Subaru is in the news. They've dropped official pricing on the brand new heavily revised BRZ. Gets new suspension updates, not to mention the all-new styling that actually is very, very attractive. Starting pricing on this vehicle will only cost you $100 more for the outgoing vehicle. This vehicle starts off at $25,495 US dollars and is on sale, or at least on offer, right now at your local Subaru dealership right now. We're assuming the new Toyota 86 pricing will be right in line with this machine once that vehicle is revealed. Next up on the list, Paul Walker's in the news. The late Paul Walker, just after his tragic passing, a friend of his gobbled up 30 of his cars in his car collection and hid them away and wouldn't tell anybody where exactly these vehicles were, especially the Walker family. Well, that started up a whole lawsuit. The Walker family actually ended up finally winning this, and all of these vehicles will be returned to the family. In other Walker news, the daughter of Paul Walker is actually putting together a brand new foundation in Paul's name to go inside with his foundation that he already had. And they're starting up a big donation blitz, and it's going to involve the Fast and Furious franchise. Now, what you can do, and I've got the link down in the show notes. I'll take you over to the Facebook page, and the link's there. You can go over and donate to this deal. It takes as little as $10 to get in on this deal. The more money you donate, the more little cool items you can actually get right off the bat. But there is one big grand prize, and it's going to be on offer very quickly. In fact, this contest deal ends the 23rd of July, so just in a handful of days. In fact, the winner gets announced the 25th of July, and the 29th on July, if you are the winner, you get whisked off with travel and with accommodations to Atlanta, Georgia, to be right on site of the Fast and Furious, to hang out with the crew and the cast of the new film and watch them do some filming, get to play around with some of the automobiles. It's a pretty cool little package. Like I say, as little as $10 donation gets you in on the action, so you can head on over there and get in on this. It goes for a good cause as well. The foundation does a lot of good work. Next up on the list, we're going to talk a little bit about Top Gear because there's been a lot more behind-the-scenes stuff that's been going on here as of late. Something that I talked about in my review of the season that was season 23 was that I felt that the writing was really lacking on the show, and apparently there was only one writer that was actually on the film, along with Chris Evans, who did a little bit of the helping of that area. Well, apparently they're bringing in an entire crew of writers to write the brand new season 24 of Top Gear. Some other stuff that's going to change because creative director, which was Chris Evans, now will fall in the hands of Alex Renton. Mr. Renton has been in the franchise for over 10 years, so he knows the ins and outs of the Top Gear franchise, and I think that deal is going to be in pretty safe hands. There are also going to be a couple of more changes. There's not going to be a Christmas special for this year. There's also going to be a brand new deal that's going to come out, which you heard rumor-wise back when the whole Clarkson era ended, that there was going to be this big travel segment where they were going to do a big challenge with an epic road trip with celebrities going to be brought into this deal. We were hearing a lot of rumors about that. Apparently that is going to take place in this next season, so we'll keep you in tune if we hear anything about that. As far as the cast is concerned, with Evans out, it sounds like the rest of the crew is coming back. There's been no official announcement, and no official announcement on just what exactly is going to be the presenter lineup as far as the main three combatants. We're assuming that Matt LeBlanc will take over as the lead presenter, and then there may be three others, or they may just have a mishmash of those folks coming in and out of the franchise as well. So we'll keep you in tune if we hear any more on that front. Their Crosstown Rivals, that is the Grand Tour, actually did the filming of their first ever studio segment in Johannesburg, South Africa. And here's a shot of the three blokes in action of the brand new franchise being shot, which actually just a handful of days ago in Johannesburg. Another interesting picture coming right from their Twitter account is this, the tent arrangement for this deal. I don't know if they're exactly going to drag this around with them everywhere they do these, because there is going to be one shot in Britain, there's going to be one shot in Germany, and one shot in the United States, or whether they're going to do something else as far as this is concerned, but it's pretty doggone impressive. If you want to see some better photographs of this, jump on over to the Facebook page. I got a link over there. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. The link's down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.